Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. This is just like gonna be a completely pointless yap session. Uh, uh, are they all extracting or no? No.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
I don't know how to start a yap. I kind of just like flow into it at some point. I was just talking about my issue. Holy shit. I'm just talking about my issue with love. With Lav. And you know, love is always an awkward conversation. Okay, you see, I want to talk with your guidance counselor about your behavioral issues. Thank you. Love is always an interesting um, conversation, and always a very awkward conversation because it's like so many people experience love differently. I, for one, have quite an awkward feeling with it, regardless of who it is from. All right, we can have a. That's just. I have an awkward sort of thing with love, you know, as you usually do. Uh, But it's like I haven't been on a date in what 3 months, because Canada Day was in
Your
July,
outposts are scanning for targets.
so I have not been on a date
The
in a
sentry is
very long
auditing.
time.
Look out for
Well, I don't know
triggers.
if you would regard that as a very long time, but I do. And it's like my phone has been so dry recently. Is he gonna? Yeah, fucking course he would do that. My phone has been exceedingly dry over that time span. And it kind of makes me miss the times where I used to just put up shots with the girls that I was talking to, with the girls that I was talking to. I do miss that because it felt like I was able to, because like it was like a mutual liking. I felt that I could almost say anything and it would kind of just be green from every inch of the court. But now that I kind of don't have any sort of girl that I want in my phone. Okay, that's just fucking amazing. Now that I kind of just don't have any girl that I kind of am looking forward to in my phone. It's just like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not like the best texter in the world either. Like, I'll be the first one to admit it. I fucking hate texting. I absolutely despise texting. I'm the worst texter ever. I like hardly reply to people, even like important messages or like fucking emails that I'm like, kind of supposed to read and reply to. I don't actually do that at all because I'm either A, too lazy to do it, or I just don't want to. I'll take this, I guess. Whatever. Either because I just don't want to, or I'm too lazy to actually reply back. And I do that to everybody. I do that to my mom. I don't reply to her messages at all. I don't reply to my friends. Or no, I do reply to my friends
These
when they
manifestations
message, but it's
disrupt a
like
lot of foothold on Lua. Life support
I
is at
don't
risk.
take much
Destroy them.
enjoyment out of it. Um, which I guess is insane because I'm always like the one talking about I don't want to dry text her, but then half the time I kind of am sort of a dry texter in a sense. I don't know. And I guess like it's obvious that like yeah, I should probably like actually go out places and actually like, you know, try talking to girls in person, but I don't know where to go, you know? 'Cause I don't really have I don't have the rhyme or reason to actually go to the mall where, you know, most people frequent regardless. I mean, I do take walks almost daily, which I should probably stop doing because my legs are starting to ache a lot. But I take like anywhere from like 1 to 3 hour walks um, most days of the week. And ask me if I have found a single pretty girl out there. The answer may not surprise you. It's no, I haven't. Not once. Or, no, there was once, but I obviously didn't approach her because of many factors, actually. I didn't look my best, and also, like, I didn't want to bother her. Gabriel. I didn't want to bother her. Especially if it's, like, it would be kind of, like, even my mom, like, I don't know why she, like, I told my mom that I found this, like, really, really cute girl on my walk, and then she was like sitting in like a bus stop, but she was like by herself, right? So you can like already see where the scenario was gonna go regardless, right? And she was like, why don't you just go approach her? Thank God one of her male friends was already there, like listening to the conversation in the hallway, because it's like I don't know how I could have explained it to her, like how just like a random dark-skinned individual just like approaches you off a whim whilst you're alone in a bus stop. Like that was not gonna go well regardless. And I don't even look my best either. Just like my biggest, I don't want to say flaw. No, it's a flaw. Fuck it. My biggest flaw with my body is that my hair grows back incredibly quickly. And I just really hate that. Because it's like, I'll get a haircut. No, I don't want to use this. I'll get a haircut. And I'll get a haircut, and then my shit just grows back in, like, less than 2 weeks. And it's like, now I just have, like, this whole stubble. And it's like, oh, that's just so amazing. Hooray. I gotta just sit here and deal with that now. And I sort of don't want to. Let's go with this one. I kind of just want to turn my brain off, actually. So. Won't that be finished? So it's like, I was never going to approach her. Even if I did look good. Like, even if I was perfectly groomed for the occasion, I don't think I would have approached her anyway. Because my biggest issue when it comes to, like... What am I looking for? The Mesa, right? My biggest issue when... Especially when approaching... You know what? No, fuck that. I'll do this. Because it's only one. My biggest issue with approaching girls in general is that I will inevitably run out of things to say, which is so odd because I am like I don't want to say I'm like well versed in everything, but like I have quite extensive knowledge on like different subjects. Um, like one thing I am currently, I don't want to say studying, but one thing that I'm currently like fixated on. You're gonna fucking start the mission, okay? One thing that I'm currently fixated on
Girl Scouts is
is
attempting to protect this
psychology
place.
and like the
Stand by
human
for this one.
mind. I've been watching a lot of like video essays breaking down like anything from like fictional character psychology, realistically anything just psychology related,
Grimlock.
or like
This would be a
Carl
useful place to
Jung's
deploy it.
um, diagram of like the human psyche, you know,
Corrupted
like the
relics are
ego,
powerful.
the shadow,
Use it to
um,
refine the relic.
the anima
The
animus
reactor is
stuff,
working on your
right?
relic. Find more.
And I've just kind of been, you know, watching a lot of shit on that, and like, you know, I'm not the best at sports knowledge, right? Like, I couldn't tell you shit about any sport, to be honest. But in trade of that, I know quite a sum about obviously like all the nerdy shit like anime or like different video games, even like shit that I haven't even played or even stories that I haven't even read before. I know like I know enough to get by, right? So it's like knowledge like that. But then that knowledge, I don't want to say it's difficult to come by, you know, women with the same form of knowledge, but they certainly are a much rarer breed. So if I were to like actually like go to the mall for instance and like try communicating, you know, one on one, I'm failing instantly because chances are all the shit that's going to be flying out of my mouth, she either doesn't know them or she doesn't care. So that is my big gripe. I'm gonna run out of things for to talk about for her, at least. It would be different if it was like a guy that I'm talking to, because then it's like fucking easy to talk to a guy, because it's like, oh, you either like one or two things, right? Like one of five things if you're a guy, right? If you're a guy, I'm either bringing up Transformers or I'm bringing up Naruto or One Piece, nigga. I'm bringing up like I don't even watch Lego Ninjago. I wasn't that big of a Lego Ninjago fan, but I might just bring up Lego Ninjago for the sake of it, right? But then like otherwise, if it's like a girl I'm talking to,
That's it.
shit,
We've opened the
I
relic.
haven't a
Finish
fucking
your
clue.
mission and we'll take a look inside.
And it sucks, right? Cause like I keep seeing like videos on TikTok of like guys approaching girls, and like obviously I get like both sides of the seesaw here. That's not the right analogy, but I couldn't think of it. But I see both sides of the seesaw where like obviously like the guy's obviously like instantly getting rejected, or you know the conversation miraculously goes well to the point that he somehow gets invited to her house so that she can cook him banana bread. Yes, I'm not even kidding. That is actually a fucking TikTok post that I saw, which is amazing, right? But it's like I don't think I would be comfortable, which is insane, right? But like I don't think I would be comfortable even like going to that extent, right? And like even if I do get the girl snap after the conversation, it's like, or her Instagram, it's like, what do I do afterwards? I'm not the best at texting, so it's like even if I do get that far, even if I don't entirely fuck up the conversation, or she doesn't like shoo me away, or you know show any form of boredom or disliking to my presence, exactly am I supposed to do when I do actually like, get her social media?
Those Oculus
I'm
just look
terrible at
like
texting,
batteries.
and it would be way too, I don't want to say intrusive. Well, it probably would be intrusive as well, but it would be like too early to obviously like call or FaceTime, right? So I don't know at all. And I hear like all of these anecdotes from my pals, my good pals. I keep hearing all their anecdotes. Like my friend, my bestest friend, my right-hand man already has a girlfriend of, I think they're pushing 3 years now. And it's like, wow, dude, that's so cool.
Sentient
And my
intelligent
left-hand man
troopers.
keeps telling me his anecdotes about all the girls he talks to, and like I don't think he's like willing to get a girlfriend, at least like not now. He's not willing to like get a
Record search.
girlfriend
Don't think
permanently.
you need to leave.
But like
Extract.
he keeps talking to me about like all of the stuff he does, all the girls that he talks to and goes and hangs out with, even if they're just friends. Again, this is just amazing. I radiate that shit for no fucking reason. Even if it's just like a platonic thing, he tells me about it all the time, and I'm just like, wow, that's like, good for you, but ref, when will it be my turn? I don't know how they're doing it either. Like, I don't know what type of charisma that they're using, what type of like skill set that they have.
Void signatures. But outside the corrupted.
Oh
They are
dear.
draining your life support. And fast. Eliminate them quickly.
Um, what was I saying? I don't know like what type of like skill set they're using. What skill tree they're pulling their cards out of, but whatever it is, I simply just don't have it. And I guess the whole thing is just like learning how to communicate, but like that's like it's stupid. If I or maybe it's like in an entirely different thing. It might be an entirely different thing. If I'm like if I am a drama kid, right? My whole thing is that I have to communicate, right? That's borderline what acting is. It's just like fucking communicating. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm just like so bad at it. I guess it's just like the whole nervousness part. Or maybe it's not even nervousness. Or maybe it is. Might be just like a mix of nervousness and then the whole thing of just like not wanting to make people uncomfortable. That sounds so autistic to say. I wonder I wonder if I should get diagnosed. But like it sounds so autistic, but like when it's like I don't want to make people feel forced to talk to me. That's like the last thing I want to do, which I guess is my big issue to why I have felt so like incredibly bored this entire summer. Because it's just like I have genuinely not at least tried to reach out to my friends. So I don't know. I don't know, dude. I just wish I was just better at talking to girls, or just like even anyone. And it's like I see it definitely doesn't help with social media. Where the fuck are my teammates even? Where is the Mirage? What the fuck? It definitely doesn't help. Are you gonna like crack one of the things? Okay. Where is it? Right there. It definitely doesn't help with like social medias like TikTok I don't even use Instagram like that. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even use Instagram. I hardly use Instagram, and I also hardly use like Twitter. Mostly, I just use TikTok, right? And it's like worse with TikTok because it's like I wholeheartedly believe that as a society, we were never meant to see this many attractive people in our lifetime. We just simply were never able to, or never meant to. But like with shit like TikTok, okay, I'm just gonna go find where my teammates went. With shit like TikTok, right? You're seeing attractive people damn near every second.
Finish your mission to find
Every single scroll is another pretty girl, or it's like another like bad woman, bad bitch. And it's like, wow, dude. Like, where are all of these girls in like my area? Right? That's like the most common question actually. That is the most common question every time you see one of those posts. You're just like, yo, where are all these girls in my vicinity? Like I see none of them in my school. And that is incredibly true. You don't see any of them in your school. Or maybe they are there, but it's like you're so desensitized to their appearance because you see them literally every single day. So, I mean, who knows? But it's like, that is a very fair question. Where are all of these girls in my area? And it's like, they are there, but the only issue is that you're never meant to actually see that many of them in one place, in one setting. But it's like on TikTok, you see them after every scroll. And that is absolutely one of the worster parts about social media for me is that like as a as a very parasocial individual, I am the most parasocial individual. As a very parasocial individual,
who's reacting to open relics.
it's not very fun seeing what I
Scan near
simply
some
cannot
won't be far behind.
fathom having, right? Like there's this
The Neander
one,
colonists came here in search of treasure,
well, there's
but
two.
only found
Well,
another.
there's three, but
They
two
are
mostly.
trespassers here.
There's like two girls that I follow on TikTok,
Sentient is onto you.
right?
Look
And
out
just
for
like
troopers.
on every single time I see them, I get reminded why I follow them. My infatuation truly knows no bounds when it comes to them. I won't say because, I'm gatekeeping, but one of them, like, one of them makes posts about, or
Avoid near
sometimes
treasures. Drawn to this
posts
forest
about, like,
place is so
dinosaurs and
unlikely.
stuff.
They
And it's
will
like,
trade
dude, I never
humans
knew,
unless they are
like, she, like,
destroyed.
posts about dinosaurs and, like, other, like, nerdy stuff. And it's like, dude, I never knew that attractive women could like even be into that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I never knew that a girl could just like start yapping about dinosaurs for hours on end. And it's like, yo, is this not insane? I never knew it. Never seen it. Couldn't even fathom that. And then the other one is like studying psychology, and then she often like makes posts about psychology or Ethel Kane. I don't know, nigga. But and it's just like, dude, when is it my turn? You know what I mean? Do I upgrade my perks when I finally get to uni, right? Do I finally like get a new skill tree that I get to plug all of my unused points into? Like what's kind of the what's going on here? Oh no, dude. I just like I have so much love to give and kind of just no one to give it to at all. It kind of hurts, but you kind of learn to live with it at some point. Um, It hurts, but you learn to live with it. Is it still there or is it different? Okay, it's gonna change in 6 minutes. What could I do that'll last me 6 minutes? Probably just do that, honestly. Um, there we go. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Um, but like, I have so much love to give and no one to actually give it to, which sucks. So far,
An artifact has been located.
of the four, I think it's four. Is it four? Of the four people, or of the four girls I've been like closest to, right? And like, like actually like wanting to get into a relationship with. Oh my god, I just realized this shit is even gonna last me 6 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? Of the four girls, I've only really liked one of them. Like really liked her.
While it extracts
Every
the
single time I talk about her, I just like I get hit. Lotion. What the fuck is his name? Lotion Latherer. Brilliant news.
This excavator is fully
What a
powered.
wonderful name.
Additional fuel cells will be used to
Every time I talk
restore the
about her,
shields.
I like get hit with like the strongest wave of nostalgia because it's like, dude, you wouldn't even believe it if you fucking tried. If you could like, oh my god, if you could just imagine me, but like legitimately as a girl. If you could imagine me just as a white girl, like family, that is exactly who she was. I was head over heels. Head over heels. I legitimately thought that she was the one. Like, I know that's corny as fuck and cliche, but my nigga, like, if there was ever a fucking person, if there was ever an individual that I could actually say might have been the one, she might have actually been the one. Like, it was that crazy. It was that crazy, bro. And that shit only lasted a month. It wasn't even a relationship either. We went on one date, one fucking date, dude. Oh my god, bro. Whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't even fucking matter. But like over the past, I think that was 2 years. Over the past 2 years, and the
Excavator is
four
ready
girls
to
within
load.
that 2 years
Power
time
levels
span
detected.
that
Open
I,
fire.
was closest to, I can only really say I was head over heels for one of them.
Mining and excavating. When you need it. Extraction is underway.
I don't know, man. Maybe I can like get
Excavator
my friends to
destroyed.
put me on, but then like I already did
Is
that
now lost to us.
a couple times. One of the girls I was closest to, and I did go on a date on, was a mutual friend. Am I using that correctly? It was a friend by extension that sent her my way, right? And that was fun. That was the time where I was like putting up miraculous shots through message. You wouldn't even believe it. Those shots were green almost every time. Straight cash. Call me Meterima. If you know, you know. But of course that didn't go very well. Alchemy. Oh fuck. I hate alchemy. Um what could I go for? I'll just go with this, I guess. Um nope. Where is where is it? Where is it? Huh? Oh, it's right here. Or this one. Death Cube, Inaros. Is Inaros vaulted right now? Death Cube, Achigara Receiver. I only have one of them. Yeah, whatever. I'll just do this, I guess. I didn't, Ortis. What was I talking about? She was an extension. She was our friend by extension. The shots I was putting up was fucking insane, though. Like, she was like actually, she was like actually surprisingly into like the messages I was sending, right? Which was kind of fun. But now it's like, I kind of like, you know, I'm losing my touch, you know? You know, obviously, like, my third left-hand man, or my second left-hand man, so, like, my left foot man. Obviously, my left foot man, you know, he knows more girls than I do, right? He talks to more girls than I do. And he's, like, friends with more girls than I am, so, like, obviously, like, I asked him a couple times, just like, yo, like, put me on, right? So he, like, threw me into a call. I think there was, like, 2 different calls he threw me into with 2 different girls. And it's like, both of them didn't end well. Like, at all, actually. The first one was pretty funny, I guess, because, you know, the girl was, like, low-key a little bit racist, and it was kind of funny. But I was like, yeah, I don't think I like her very much. And then the second one, I wasn't really, like, romantically into this girl. I was more, like, looking... I'm not gonna lie to you. I was looking to crack. I can't lie. I won't lie to any of you. I was 100% looking to crack. But, like, she didn't take kindly to, my personality, I guess. So that, like, that call literally lasted not even a minute. That lasted not even a minute before she fucking left. So, that kind of happened. So it's like, you know, I've tried getting put on, with assistance from my friends, but it's like there's only so much I can actually. Oh, I don't have enough. Wait, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Bitch, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Fuck, man. I fucking hate this game. Okay, well, it wasn't even anything good anyway, but I'm fucking annoyed. Fuck this game. So, you know, we all know this song and dance. I've been through it a lot, so it's like I don't really feel like doing it again. I don't like feel like trying again with getting like put on by my friends. I don't know. I don't know where to find like-minded girls. The mall is like an obvious, the mall is a given, right? But again, I have no rhyme or reason to go to the mall. And like, what am I even gonna do when I go there, right? It's just like, if you're going to the mall, right, you're probably gonna need a secondary objective when you're actually there. Like, obviously, my primary objective would just be, yeah, just like find girls that you find attractive or find girls that you might be interested in, and then, like, you know, obviously go fucking talk to them, right? But I'm gonna need a second objective, because what if there's just no girls there? I kind of just wasted my time going to the fucking mall, right? And, like, obviously, it's the mall, nigga. Shop. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend, like, all of my stamina and all my, like, time looking for stuff. And then just, like, talking to 0 girls, putting up absolutely egregious numbers. Bottom of the barrel numbers. Like Shaquille O'Neal hitting any rebound shot. Like, I'm not really... I don't really feel like doing that, you know? Just to, like, have the worst day at the mall ever. Like, I don't want to generalize either, but, like, the mall is not the most... Or those who frequent the mall are not the most like-minded to me. And they certainly aren't my favored group of people. So I kind of would feel more or less out of place.
Let's keep the system cooking, shall we?
I don't know. I just want, like... mutual flirting again would be pretty great. I do miss mutual flirting a lot
That's it. You opened the relic.
with the girl I
Finish
was
your
put
mission.
on to.
Take a look inside.
Because sometimes she would actually, like... Sometimes she would, like, actually flirt back. You know what I mean?
New pressure band identified. Should pressure exceed
And I distinctly remember...
shall be for naught.
I distinctly remember after I messaged her for the first time and I was, like, full on putting all of my points into charisma. Right, I remember she messaged our mutual friend and like was like freaking out, completely flustered because of the shots, the straight shots that I was putting up. It was miraculous. That was truly me at my finest.
Make another.
Nothing but straight threes, cash from every inch of the floor. I can't fucking stand this game anymore. Um, is his name Pinoy Boy? Okay. Um, what was I talking about? Right. She was like flustered as hell and she like didn't know what to say or do, which, you know, sounds very relatable in my case. And like at times when she would like flirt back and she would just like call me handsome, like dude, like I was feeling myself. I was absolutely feeling the fuck out of myself, dude. Cause like how often do guys actually get called handsome by girls? You know what I mean? Like how often does that happen? Like I don't want to be like the corny nigga that's like, oh, there's like a male loneliness epidemic, right? Which, to an extent, there kind of is. To an extent, right? But, like, that doesn't mean that most guys don't, like, just perpetuate that shit for themselves, right? There definitely is, but some guys perpetuate it themselves. So it's, like, directly kind of their fault. Let's have a fucking discussion, right? Well, let's have a word, let's have a word, let's have a word, let's have a word. Let us have a word. But like when she would like call me handsome, dude, I was absolutely feeling myself. I felt like I was actually on top of the world there. She was like the only one. No, I don't want to say the only one, but she was like one of the two girls that actually like complimented me in return. And you know, that is something that I hardly actually receive, at least from girls. Because obviously guys would obviously be like, oh, yo, dude, you look good today. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I really appreciate that, you know? Like obviously I do whatever I can to like compliment my friends. But like, you know, getting compliments from like from girls is just like obviously way less common. Both are uncommon, if I'm being honest. They're both uncommon, but like getting a compliment from a girl and like her actually meaning it is exceedingly rare. So like when I got those compliments, I was like, damn, bruh, I'm handsome.
Collected enough reactants
And you
to
know,
open
it just means like so much more to get called handsome from like a random girl than it is getting called handsome from like your family members. Because it's like, you're my fucking family. I hope you know you're supposed to say that I'm handsome, right? That is very conditional love, actually.
the alchemy. Manage the venting system to keep pressure within the desired range.
This weapon is so broken, it's not even funny. This weapon is so disgusting. Disgusting! You're like my family, right? So like you kind of have to say that I'm handsome in some capacity, even if it's a fucking lie, especially if it's a lie. But like it means so much more when like a girl actually finds you attractive and like is openly willing to tell you, hey, I think you're really cute, or like you're handsome. And it's like, oh shit, me? Are you sure you're not coming like the guy behind me? Are you like, are we, well, well, what are we trying to get into here, right? So I do miss the feeling that, you know, that it gave me. But like, it's difficult to try getting that feeling back, you know? It's like, I have to put myself, dude, Jesus Christ, my luck is absolutely immaculate right now. It's like, I have to force myself and put myself in uncomfortable situations, and then if like I'm uncomfortable or if like I'm too fidgety talking to a girl, then it's gonna inadvertently make her uncomfortable as well. Then it's just like now we're both uncomfortable because I'm a dickhead, right? I need a cold or fire one. Then like, you know, then she's uncomfortable too. Now we're both uncomfortable because I'm the dumbass that doesn't know how to talk to girls correctly, right? So it's like, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to, especially I don't want to have to force myself to be uncomfortable. But then I also really don't want to have to force the girl to be uncomfortable to talk to me as well, because that just makes the situation oh so much worse. And there's like distinct places where you can just talk to girl. Oh fuck me, fuck you. There's like distinct places to talk to girls. Obviously, like you can go to the mall. Although I probably wouldn't do that myself, just because you know it's the mall. Or you know just like anywhere outside. Anywhere outside, so long as it's not either A, her workplace, or B, when she's like when she looks to be already doing something, or when she's like preoccupied with something already, then it's like, you know, which is damn near all the time anyway, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Bring hot and cold together. It's a blast.
Oh, I fucking love this guy.
found
It's a blast.
reactant.
But like, and I can't even go to parties either. Parties is completely off the table. And I'll tell you why parties are off the table. I've been to 3 parties. I've been to 3 parties this year. And they were all terrible. Not like, they weren't like bad parties, right? I just didn't have a good time in the slightest. The first one was it was a cast party, so like it had like all the obviously the kids from the drama class there, right? After the show ended. So like obviously yeah, it was a fucking cast party, my nigga. And like I wish I could say that I had a good time. I did a little bit, but then like one of the girls got like too drunk and then was just like making a rampant noise, and you know, I was just not jiving with it at all. And then I got like very bored. And then another thing, I'll get to the other one actually. I'll say it when I get to the other one. But that one was just, I just didn't like that one a lot. Only part that I did like about it was um, karaoke. That was like the only like pretty okay part. But even then, I just kind of like, I wasn't really at my best there. The second party, the last two are birthday parties, right, for two of my girl best friends. The first one, okay, I completely fucked my throw there. The first of which, it was okay, I guess. I mean, I got there. One thing I will tell you, which is also a big reason why I don't like to go to parties, is because I don't like being outside. I don't like being outside of my own house, of my own living space, past 12 o'clock. Not for any, like, sleep reasons, although that is one of the factors, but, like, I don't care about my sleep that much. But, like, I just don't like being outside past 12, simply because why am I out there past 12 o'clock, right? So, if there's ever a cutoff time, I am going home at 12. So, I went to my girl best friend's birthday, and I was so incredibly bored while being there. Like, I was on my phone damn near every fucking second. It got so bad, actually. Remember when I told you, like, earlier that I take, like, 2-3 hour walks every day of the week almost? I took a full hour walk by myself in the middle of the fucking night, blasting music in my headphones. Buddy, I was so bored. I was so incredibly bored. I was so bored and so tired. I wasn't even tired. I was just incredibly bored. I wanted to go home. I wanted to play video games. I could have done literally anything else in that time span, right? And it was the same thing with the second birthday. Immaculate. Let's just take this, I guess. It was the same thing with the second birthday, where it was just... It was the same thing with the second birthday, where I got so bored, which is so odd, because when I was the first one at the second birthday, I was the first person to get there, right? And it was so much fun, just like, you know, obviously talking one-on-one with my girl best friend, like, she's amazing, right? But, like, the second that more people got there, and, like, you know, obviously people that I don't know, actually, I just immediately got so drained. I got so bored. That might just be because I'm introverted, right? Because, like, everyone else was completely fine, it seemed. Like, all the other guys were fine. All the other drama kids were entirely fine. I was the only person that was keeping to myself in the entire party. I was so bored. I took not one, but two fucking walks. I was that bored at the party. And it's just like I don't want to be the one that you have to like cater the party towards, because obviously it's not my fucking party, right? It's yours. But it's like, I don't know what my problem is, that I just can't enjoy the company of others. It's just, I don't know, man. So like, there is almost no way I'm going to a party anymore. There's like, it's just completely off the table. Any more parties, I'm fucking done with. I can't do it. Like, there's a difference between can and won't. I literally cannot do it. I can't stand it. It's just not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. Not with me. Which is very unfortunate. I don't know, dude. So like, if any of my guy friends are just like, dude, you want to go to like this cool house party? You know, people are gonna be there. You know, there's gonna be drinks. You know, you can let loose, or like, you know, bro, like, you know, there might be even like some girls there. I'm just like, I probably won't go at all. I'll probably just tell him to go fuck himself, because I can't stand it. I don't know what my problem is. I'll do this one. I don't know what my problem is. I just can't do it. I can't stand being in a party. Especially if it's like people that I don't know. Which, like, granted, that's fucking obvious because it's, you know, a party. I'm not gonna have any people that I know there. I'm gonna have like one or two people that I know at max. But it's like, I don't know, dude. And then it's like the whole thing, the whole like comfortability thing where it's like, okay, naturally I don't want to like force myself to be uncomfortable, and then by proxy of that make the girl I'm talking to feel uncomfortable, right? But then the second I go into the party, I am very uncomfortable, and now when they approach me, I'm gonna become even more uncomfortable. So it's just like, you see what I mean? It's just a perpetual cycle of uncomfortability.
You must feed it the correct ampoules. Capsules of elemental forces compressed to a near
And it's like,
impossible density.
the stuff that I will talk about are stuff that they probably wouldn't care about in the slightest. Like, if I'm talking to a guy and he brings up sports to me, right? Immediately my brain shuts off and his words start going right past me because I don't know anything about sports, nor do I feel like learning anything about sports. It's gonna be the same thing if like I approach a girl or a girl approaches me, right? And then we start talking, and then all I can talk about is like literature or like animes that I'm watching or just like nerdy shit, right? And then she just kind of sits there and she's like, I don't know what this nigga's talking about, right? It's shit like that. It's like, I really do wish that I was able to just like confidently talk more and just, you know, make small talk. But like, if there's one thing that I loathe more than being outside past 12 and loathe more than parties, it is small talk. And loathe more than messaging, it's small talk. Small talk is by far my least favorite thing to do. Because why am I doing it? One of my, you know what, one of the qualities or the disqualities that I have with like messaging is that I don't get the point behind some of the messages that I'm fucking sending. Like, my mom sometimes urges me to like message more of my family members, right? Like my grandma, and like obviously I probably should message my grandma more, or even just like any of my family members more. But I should probably like check in on them. But like at the same time, I don't care about your day. And I mean that respectfully. I don't care about your day, and you definitely don't care about my day either, right? So why am I asking you how has your day been, as if that's going to at all affect my day and my life? Like, that sounds incredibly selfish, right? And maybe it is. Maybe it is an incredibly selfish thing to say. But I just don't care. Why am I talking about your day? Like, why am I asking you about your day? Or like, I don't know, dude. I hate having to small talk with people. Because it's like, regardless of what you say, I am not gonna care. I am simply not gonna care. Unless it's something like incredibly, you know, like incredibly life changing, like someone like in my family died, or like my pet got lost, right? Or like, you know, I went to like a concert or something. Like, okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. But like, if I'm asking you how has your day been, and or how has your month been, and you say, oh, nothing has happened much, I have wasted my fucking time with you. I have wasted my time with you. Why am I asking you this question that I clearly don't care about? And why are you asking me that shit in return? I don't care. I am not. If a nigga asks me, how has my day been? I am not fucking answering your question. At all. At all. At all, bro. Call me a dickhead, I don't care, I'm not answering. Because why are you asking me this? You know you don't care, and I know I don't care either. Right? If it's a mutual not caring, why are both of us trying to force it on ourselves? Like why you see what I mean? I don't know. It's just fucking stupid to me. So maybe that's another factor as to why I am so bad at talking to girls. It's just like I am so bad in general at communication. Because like half of the time I'm just too lazy to do it. Or I just don't care enough to do it.
Release valve.
I don't know, dude.
Our pressure target is shifting.
I just wish that I kind of like I wish I met a girl. Yes, a girl that's like me, which would be pretty cool. But like a girl that kind of shares almost the same, not morals as me, because you know that's different, but shares the same like shares the same I guess the same like thought process as I do, or like similar thought process, because it's like especially if I'm like if especially if I'm texting a girl that I like, why am I asking you how has your day been? That's such a mundane, boring question. Like, don't ask me that, and I'm not gonna ask you that either. It's just a terrible question. I'm sorry. It is just such a stupid question. I don't know. That's my yap on that is my love yap there. My yap session on love. I'll probably make a part 2 because I still kind of want to talk. Seeing as how I am currently in full clarity of mind.